Sorry.
Bless you. Greetings, Pirate Council. May our tall tales please you. When last we left our heroes, Yama, you're in the front line. You're seeing it all go down. Can you please explain what happened last session?
Alrighty. We chased a goblin into the main, deeper into the keep. He mentioned something about one of my relations. I think it was a sister-in-law. So we chased him. There was a room of goblins, which we quite easily took out, and I think that made us extra cocky and really thought we were totally going to nail this and this was going to be easy. So we continued further into the room and downstairs, deeper again. We came across an evil cleric lady, a few other goblins, and we were fighting them. They desecrated this room, and then suddenly this wall came down, and this Ghostlord Lich came out. He stole a bunch of our health points and gave himself a bunch of temporary HP. And that was kind of where we left it. It was very dramatic. So we know he has 120 extra temporary hit points. Yeah,
Absolutely.
And we're very low on spells and health.
And you're sitting in the middle of a Lich's lair.
Mm-hmm.
So let us begin. Previously, on the high seas of dread and doom, the salt hangs heavy in the air, and the scent of death grows stronger with every step into the cursed halls of the Ghostlord's domain. You faced wave after wave of hobgoblin soldiers, priests, and even a bugbear, but none more dangerous than the spectral tyrant himself. The Ghostlord revealed his twisted allegiance with the Red Hand and bathed the chamber in necrotic energy, draining your life force and daring you to defy him. Karu and Diana went on the offensive. Captain's vicious words cut deep. Yama, even while racked with psychic torment, stood as a shield against the darkness, and Killosaurus Rex, still monstrous, splattered enemies like flies against the walls, shaking the lair to its bones. Now, wounded but defiant, you stand face to face with the captain of undeath, knowing that to defeat him or sway him, you must risk everything. And somewhere deeper within this lair, Yama's sister-in-law lays hidden. The fate of your mission and the tide against the Red Hand may turn here beneath the waves in the dark heart of the Ghostlord's tomb. And we continue with combat. It is one of the hobgoblin's turns. He is not super stoked about your little zombie friend. Captain?
Sucks for him.
Is going to attack the zombie and get a dirty 20. And that's going to be enough to finish your little zombie pal off after it had been drained of its necrotic energies. So your 3 zombies are all messed up.
Nice. Somehow my zombie got a lingering injury.
Nothing more lingering than being dead for a second time.
I was going to say. It's definitely death.
Yama.
Shit, my turn came around really quickly. I am going to, looking at Karu, Yama's gonna look over at him and say, are we doing this? And Karu makes these hand gestures that Yama knows exactly what they mean. He nods sagely. And he's going to reach out and touch you, and he's going to cast Warding Bond again on you, which actually means that the spell ends. Because I will not survive.
Yeah, good. I thought you were casting it again. I was like, no.
please stop.
I think even Karu is just like, wait, no, I don't want it again. And you're like, no, I'm taking it off. It's like,
Well, I
yeah,
thought
cool,
you just had
can have
matching
it.
rings. So did you just have to like take the ring off? Let's take it off.
Like, put it on a different
well,
finger.
We can have it that way, but
Sure.
it literally says I can't turn it off unless I like die, run 60 feet away from Karu, or cast it again.
Oh, there you go.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's unfortunately another second level spell slot and a whole ass action.
Interesting.
I'd say that.
Yeah. I don't know when Karu goes, but I think I need to step out of this and ride up to the Ghostlord.
Shit.
Shit is right. I might stand here. And end my turn. Unfortunately. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh no, I already did that last time.
I
Don't
just
worry.
realized Twitch chat can't see the boss health bar, but you can. That's the main thing.
Oh, sad.
Oh, I can't see. Oh, yes. I moved it down the bottom.
All right, more
move it.
hobgoblins. One is gonna dart forward and try and beat you up, Killosaurus Rex.
Bring it, bub.
Why is it? It shouldn't be trying to target Yama.
It's too scared to attack me. That's fine.
That's the problem.
Understandable. I get it.
Killi. 17 to hit. Actually, I'll just do all 4 of its attacks.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Uh, 17 again. 24 and a 10. I'll assume 3 of those hit.
Alright, so 3 hit.
3d4. Draw all the damage dice at once. 13 bludgeoning damage as it comes in and Bruce Lee's you.
And then I have to make a con save.
3 con saves, thanks, because he did hit you 3 times.
That's a nat 20.
That's good. That's a good start.
Excellent.
15.
Nice.
And a 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too
that was
easy.
on a one.
25. I think I'm fine.
Yep, definitely fine. He's gonna leap
that
back.
hobgoblin shits his pants because he's like, wow, that T-Rex is so cool.
Absolutely.
He doesn't take any damage for it, but he is afraid.
He does leap back. You have the opportunity here to make a reaction if you would like to.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Because he was in the doorway, wasn't he? So I could
Yeah.
bite him, couldn't I?
Yeah. So he had to come up
Yes.
close to try and get these attacks on you.
22 to hit, 28 damage.
Yes, and I see. Well, he doesn't love that. He is incredibly bloodied as you pretty much take out a huge chunk of his bicep. As he's going in for the punches, he thinks he's fast enough to just like leap back, but you catch part of him, and his kind of arms covered in blood now.
You get a free grapple on those bite attacks still.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, if he needs to make a... There's an attack of opportunity still. He can still escape it because it's a bite. So he needs to roll a DC 17 dex,
Sure.
I'm guessing. I'd say it's a dex, yeah, because it's a bite. And if he doesn't roll a DC 17 dex, he's restrained.
Okay. He got a 22.
All right, so he's not restrained.
But that definitely could have been a thing where he did not get out of range as he tried to move out there. So very good. All right.
Oh,
The
this bitch.
war mage who cast something in that room around you before, and seems to be focusing on something.
Mm.
You find. I'm gonna need everyone in that room. 20-foot square. Well, everyone in the red square. To make a DC 14 Dex saving throw, please.
Oh god, I'm so glad I moved. I would not make that.
Yeah, the T-Rex, somehow T-Rex does like a handstand. It looks ridiculous.
14
The
on the
handstand.
dot.
Oh my god, Captain.
Today
What
you're
a
just
shit roll.
whirving around things.
He's focusing on his knives.
Yeah. He's playing the fiddle, not realizing his zombies are dead.
So, 11 damage for anyone who failed. However, because you are all on unhallowed ground, which he cast last round, you all have a vulnerability to fire. So you would have taken half damage for succeeding, and then you take double that damage for being vulnerable.
Alright.
Anyone who
Ooh.
failed is going to take 22 damage, or double damage, I guess.
Damn it. Yeah, my Killian's defenses, the resistances don't roll over, do they?
No. And can you roll a
not
dex
as a
save
fighter.
for Fiera, please?
Ah, yes. Where is
Isn't she up the
Fiera?
stairs?
Yeah, Fiera's halfway up the stairs.
I'll give her advantage on the dex
I
save.
also
then.
can't roll for her because I still don't have ownership of that token.
Okay. Actually, no, you were right.
When
She
I'm
did make it up the stairs and out of the room itself. So I'm just going to hide her as if she is not here.
Goodbye.
Cool. So you would have taken 11. You halved it thanks to good dex saves. It's gone back up to 11 because you're all vulnerable to fire. And that is their turn. Cool. Captain.
Alright. Captain, not incredibly pleased by the fact he's taken damage and aware that, that everyone around him is looking a little worse for wear, and that his zombies have disappeared. He's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds, 5th level.
Oh my god, you're gonna save the day.
He actually has a useful spell.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's not allowed. We're not allowed to make useful characters in this game.
Yeah, specifically.
Oh my god, with huge rolls on the cure wounds.
Yeah, goddamn, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
23 healing for
Whoa.
pretty much everyone.
That is a huge thank you. Save
We're
the
fine,
day.
guys. We got this. Pish.
Yeah, now I'll live forever.
Yeah, same.
This
44
just keeps
hit
me and
points,
T-Rex
let's
for a
go.
little bit longer.
And then he's just going to wiggle his eyebrows at the Ghostlord. That'll be my turn.
When you do that, do you... No, this is something you and I have discussed a little bit. Do you recognize this ghost lich, or is it more reminds you of something from your past?
I'd say reminds him.
Mhm.
Maybe has a little bit of recognition, but not 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, there's perhaps, I mean, it's hard to tell if the Ghostlord has any recognition for you. His eyes are, green glowing orbs in a half desiccated skull underneath a tricorn hat. So, hard to tell. But with all that life energy flooding back into your allies, there is somewhat of a second wind, it seems. Would you like to do anything else? Say anything else?
No, that's it for now.
I just figured out why Captain knows the Lich. The Lich is the guy that stole his ship. That's why he doesn't have a ship, and that's why he's a shitty captain.
The captain was probably the one who killed this guy. and reanimated him somehow.
Roll that. Yeah, no, I need to stop using cadence theories for Captain.
My turn.
Ooh,
Okay,
get
cool,
him.
cool. It's really annoying. I was reading a blood curse and I was like, oh, that's going to be great. But it's about the creature having disadvantage on strength and dex checks, not saving throws. And I was like, how is that useful in combat? Like, surely that's a typo. That's so useless. Would you let me have it as a saving throw, Dan?
What is the thing?
Okay, as a bonus action, you curse a creature that you can see within 30 feet. Until the end of your next turn, for the duration, the creature has disadvantage on strength and dex and takes 1d8 necrotic damage if it makes more than one attack on its turn. I mean, necrotic damage means nothing to this guy. He is undead.
Yeah.
But the strength disadvantage on strength and dex saving
It might mean I can push him over.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I think that's cool. I think, yeah, you're right. I think it's, yeah, because
doesn't make
or else,
sense.
or else it's just like, oh, it's athletics checks, like, yeah.
But
you
like,
know.
you don't really do that in combat. You do saving throws. That's why it just doesn't seem like they don't need to make this class any more useless. Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, I'm happy to allow it.
Okay. Well then, I'm like come up. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Hi. And a blood spot underneath me is ominous. And I will cast. Bonus action, cast Blood Curse of Bloated Agony, the one I just said. And then I'm gonna do a little tap dance, rub my shoes together, and I'm going to use the Slippers of Ride Lightning. And I'm gonna just go 10 feet behind him. There's a point to that. Or that way, maybe. But there you go. And can he make a dex save, please?
Absolutely. So did you've cursed him before this?
Yeah, so he has disadvantage.
Okay. Because of his
Nice.
supernatural resistance, this will just be a straight up roll for him.
Okay.
Pray for the
He
juju.
would. I'll tell you now. He would normally have advantage on saves.
Yeah, no, it's trash.
But he did not do very well without that advantage.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
So he takes 15 lightning damage.
All right. He does not seem to be particularly resistant
Worried?
to lightning.
Oh, I thought you were going to say worried. I was like, that's fine.
I will
That's
need
rude.
you, however, though, to make a DC 14 dex saving throw. As you're rubbing your feet together and like charging up for the spell, you can see across the hallway that goblin mage in the other room. She's like shaking her magic stick at you and trying to not interrupt your spell like a
Fuck me.
counter spell, but kind of trying to overload the spell at your feet. But with a 16, you're fine. You're able to the spell kind of sparks under your feet and threatens to kind of catch your feet on fire, and some of the magic escape, but you're able to get on top of it and you're fine.
Cool. Diana is... Where is she going? She can see the Lich, but I would say he's in half cover, so that's not super great, but I think there's nothing else that she can fire at, but she's also not going back into that room. So she's going to fire at the Lich with her...
I'd say is a
signature attack.
+2 to his armor.
+2? Sure. She didn't do a particularly good job. She only got a 16.
No.
Alright, and she has a second attack, so she will try again. But I don't think... Nope, that was even worse. She's panicking.
Yep. I think she yells out, she's like, Karu! Like, because you've gone, like, past her vision, you've gone deeper into the fight, and she saw you take a big beating. Obviously saw the captain heal you up a little bit as well, but I think, she may be particularly worried.
Would she have gotten healing from that heal?
I'd
She
say
was in range.
I'd say so. have her currently at full health, so I think it must have healed her.
Yeah, I was going to say that's wrong, but yeah, okay.
I think that would take her back up to full because it's per dice and it's 5d8, right?
Yeah,
so
sick. Amazing.
yeah,
She's going to stay where she's at.
cool.
Oop.
Killosaurus Rex.
Now, I have two thoughts. If I drop concentration, I still have an action because I don't use an action to drop concentration, do I?
Correct. I think that'd be like a free action too.
Yeah, so I could just like,
So stop
Bamf
thinking.
back into
No
it.
thoughts.
yeah, just zen. I feel like I can do more in this instance as Killian, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop concentration, and I want to come out right here, like right underneath my tiny little dinosaur arms.
Yep.
Oh, I got bigger. Like here, yep. And then Killian's gonna ready a spell. And I am going to cast how are these guys looking from my knowledge of what they were like as a dinosaur eating them?
Yep.
And whacking
One of
with the
them is
tail.
looking incredibly beat up. The one that's like you took a bite out of. The other two have not been touched.
Okay, well that definitely seals that deal. I'm going to cast Fireball into the room.
Who would have guessed?
It's what I do. Yeah. So wait, have I got it here? Oh, I do have it here. Cool. We're gonna go here. And then it's on the back wall.
All right. I'll just go and delete every piece of loot that I said was in that room as an entire fireball boom, just detonates.
That's fine. I don't care about loot at the moment. I care about keeping us alive.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's my fireball right there.
And they've got to make DC.
DC 19 dex saves.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know why it's not like fully auto doing it.
I mean, it
'Cause I
definitely.
like
Oh, no, it
immediately-
did actually. It showed me. 10. It said, oh no, it prompted me to do it. It said like Dylan
Yeah.
has whispered you. These guys need to make a dex save, and then I just made them, and it's now updated. Oh, maybe you can't see that bit. They got a 10, an 8, and a 7. And as soon as they did that,
25.
it took off their health.
25 hit point each.
You'll so you completely obliterate the one you took a bite out of is completely conflagrated by this fireball. The other kind of monk-looking guy goes up in flames. He's like rolling around on the ground trying to pat the flames down. The mage who has been making you all vulnerable to fire seems like she's resistant to fire.
Killian,
Does she have to make a concentration?
She will have to make concentration.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, make a con save. Make your con check.
And she fails. So she loses concentration on her kind of heating the room, turning it into a bit of a sauna, with the sauns. And you feel that your vulnerability of fire goes away.
And also, Killian has one other trick up his sleeve. He's going to take a step forward and close the door. step one step to the side. Oh, 2 steps like under the stairs, and then look towards the Lich.
When you're in that corner,
Oh, 1. Yeah.
because of your passive investigation, Killian,
Mhm.
you realize that there's a secret door right here.
Can't wait for
Don't
this
tell
to
me
turn
that.
out to be a Wizard of Oz Ghostlord.
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna. Can I open the secret door?
You absolutely can. There seems to be a
Yeah.
corridor.
We just need that
Hell
phylactery.
yeah.
And leading out, there's you can see from the other side, maybe you can't see it in Foundry, but there is another door leading out. And thanks to your, I think because of your incredible memory, you have that thing where you know which way you're facing at all times. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
You know that this corridor leads, like based on the distance and where you are and stuff like that, would lead you back into that that cave you're in, that entrance cave.
In the first entrance.
Yeah.
Alright, Killian's gonna let that knowledge go. Hey guys, I found a hole in the wall. And then I'm gonna step through it. As well. So then yeah.
Bye forever.
Can I stand halfway between both? If it starts closing, I'm like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? No, that's okay. I'll stay where I was. Right here. Okay. Yeah, there's a captain. You're seeing this, right?
Yup.
Anyway.
Yup. What the fuck do you want me to do about it?
There's a hole here. We can go there. I feel like it's safe out there. I see
There's a
some weird
ghost
things
there.
on the walls. Yeah, we're trying to kill the ghost. Ah, yeah, we'll kill the ghost. All right, fine. Which way does the door that I just shut close and open? Does it open outwards?
It's like it would open inwards. You'd have to like hold it closed against yourself.
Damn
like,
it! I just wanted to lean against it.
No. I think it would open inwards.
Yeah, Killian's not dumb enough to lean against it. All right, he's not Sorn or Ymir.
Yeah.
This guy's actually
Or
smart.
Rakan.
Well,
the world's greatest
he was
ranger.
Smart. He was great. All right, he was great.
Cool.
Put some respect on his name.
Fiera's
what was coming.
Fiera is up at the top of the stairs. I guess she's calling down. Is like, am I readying the ship? Like, what are we doing?
I'll yell out. What do we think, guys? No one responds.
Ready to ship could be good, but like I'm down the corridor, so it's a tiny voice.
Yeah.
I hear like a tiny little echo. I'm like, yeah, you do what you do you. Fix the ship, sort the ship. I don't fucking know. Figure it out. The ship needs us. We need the ship. Yeah, that one.
Go wake
We'll
the
see you there.
captain.
All
Call
right.
the captain.
Ghostlord's turn.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take longer on your turn, Dill? Do some more stuff? Do you want to just take longer on your turn? Do some more things?
No, I just thought I'd take as long as you guys do sometimes.
No, I just want you to take longer so the Ghostlord never goes.
No, I can't. I exhausted as much as possible.
Damn it.
I think. Wait, let's see. Give me a minute. Give me about 5 minutes. I'll scroll through my. Do I have any bonus action? Can I make one?
So, the way this is written,
No.
I had it
I don't
in.
have any.
I'd forgotten about. Well, maybe I didn't read it closely enough. I thought that this happened again every turn. However, let me just put it in chat.
Oh, the temp HP thing.
Can I not put it in chat? Display in chat. I'm just going to show you what it says. On a failed save, the target takes 3d10 necrotic damage at the start of each of their turns for 1 minute, and the Lich gains temporary hit points equal to the total damage dealt. Now, I thought this would be a new wave that issues out, and you'd make another saving throw each turn. The way it's written makes me think it's if you failed the first one, you were just like
Yeah.
losing health every turn.
Oh. And it's our turn, not his turn.
Yeah. That seems a lot to keep track of at the start of every single person's turn. I'll put it to you now. Would you rather he do it in a wave once
On his turn.
from here on? Yeah, once.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Is
you would
it-
all roll. And I'm thinking like each turn you roll for the con save to see if you take the damage or not.
Right.
Oh, that's very generous.
That is very generous, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Done. Sold. So we make a con save now.
Yep. Everyone within
Karu-
120 feet.
Karu, you're within 10 feet of me, so you get a +3.
It's okay. I rolled a nat 1.
It's okay. I'll take that damage now.
I rolled a 5.
I think all of us have rolled under. Oh my god.
Oh my god, why are we all rolling so badly? Con saves my best save and I rolled a 5?
I hadn't taken any damage today.
So if you failed, you're going to take 12 damage.
Oh,
Um,
Oh no.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is he already has more than 60 temporary HP, so it does not stack.
Ha! Lucky.
Jeez. Greedy.
Yeah, very greedy. It's good to know that there's a limit.
Although I realize
point.
now, and I'm not going to change my mind now because we're already deep in this, and I've already given him 100 health and schedule. If he did it at the start of each of your turns, his total temporary hit
it
points would
wouldn't
actually
have-
be a lot
yeah.
less.
Lower.
Yeah.
The threshold would be lower.
But we're here now. I told you it was a scary fight, and I'm not backing down.
Yeah, but we would also take fucking so much longer on each of our turns. As well.
Yeah.
We'd only get through like 3 rounds of combat before we have to wrap up.
We will survive.
Multi-attack. The Lich uses Glare of Undeath and then makes 4 attacks. So,
Is he completely immune to necrotic damage?
no, in fact, he's not, weirdly enough. He is resistant
cool.
to necrotic.
So for every wait, I'm reading the wrong thing. He takes 1d8 if he makes more than one attack. Oh wow,
Okay.
that's trash. It's not even like for each extra attack. It's just a 1d8.
If he... Yeah.
That's
Well,
so trash.
Yeah, it's not great.
We'll roll that 1d8.
The Liches, the Ghostlord, he kind of looks at each of you, sees you rejuvenated with this kind of healing cure wounds from the captain. And he says, "Oh, you've got some fight in you. I could use that. You, once you fall, will work for me." And you hear from the corridor right behind you, Karu, kind of like just around the corridor, you hear Ulwai, the Stormcaller. Or you hear a female hobgoblin's voice. Yama, you probably hear this too. She says, "That's not part of our deal.
Ooh.
You are building us an army, Ghostlord. Our Wormlord will want the hobgoblin. You can have the rest."
Oh, cool. So I'm safe.
Yeah, great.
Cast alter self like a hobgoblin.
No, I think Yama yells back in Goblin. You'll have none of us, Ulai, and I'm coming for you.
That you see the look in the Ghostlord's eyes as he like looks at you, Yama, and gives you this kind of glare. I need you to make a Wisdom DC 20 saving throw, please. I'll give you advantage here because this isn't necessarily fear, but it is adjacent, and I know you're immune to fear, so I'll give you kind of a boost on this one.
I don't think it's rolling. My second roll is coming through. Much better. Made it.
Made it? Okay.
Luckily, I have a plus 9.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What was your first roll?
14.
My first roll was a 14.
Okay. Had you failed, you would be compelled to hug yourself tightly as protection against an unbearably cruel world. Hugging yourself in this way considers you restrained for 1 minute. And you would require allies to use persuasion checks to try and end that effect on you.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, how crippling. You were going to give me an existential crisis. I have enough of those in my real life.
So Yama begins to think about like his friends, him outliving his friends. you know,
Being
oh,
the
I'm
only
safe,
one left.
but that means
Yeah.
Karu raised as an undead, Killian raised as an undead, Diana, maybe even, you know, spare a thought for the captain. And
Maybe.
you would once again see foes, see friends and allies fall.
Mm.
And you can feel that existential dread
Mhm.
starting to crawl in. But with your paladin training, you overcome that. You realize that that is an external fear that is not from within, and you're able to shake that off.
Ooh.
Acid, disruptive thunder, pain advantages. Okay. And then he's going to make 4 attacks.
Can he take his 5 necrotic damage from Karu?
Let's
please?
do that
Thank you.
now. Yeah. Is it just 5 the total?
Yeah. Get him.
You know
Yeah,
what?
we'll
I
whittle
think-
him down.
Whilst
have
we're
to-
playing fast and loose with the Blood Hunter, I think it makes more sense for every attack past the first one. He would take an extra D8, right?
I love that.
Would he have to do a con save on that too?
On the
no, I
5?
didn't amplify it. I didn't
Yeah.
amplify it. Oh.
Oh yeah, because he's just
Oh,
taking
because of the
damage.
damage?
Sure.
He's
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he'd
Yeah,
get past a
nice.
10.
Excellent work, Karu. Get him.
Wait.
He's fine with that one, but yeah.
Damn it.
So biting out, he points out at you on the stairs, Captain,
Ooh.
and
Please.
from his cutlass, his kind of like rusted out cutlass, points across at you across the hall, and you can feel just burning begin to take over. Your clothes feel like they're burning. He needs to roll to hit though.
Religion.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
14 acid damage.
Ouch.
Yikes. It burns.
And you can't regain hit points until the start of the Ghostlord's next turn.
Ooh.
And the ground turns into worms.
Fishing bait.
Killian, you fall under the Ghostlord's ire next.
Do I get to do another D8? We're doing
Yep.
the fast and loose rules? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. 4 damage. But he does get to make another con save.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
What
he's
kind
fine.
of ire am I falling under?
So
Sultry one.
aims at you is why is this? That doesn't exist. So roll. I do 20 plus 12. 23 to hit, Killian.
Yeah, look, I'll yeah. I can't outshield that.
You are slammed for 19 thunder damage,
Ah, nice.
and you are flung into that room that you've just opened up as
Closed up.
and the door closes,
Oh.
slams behind you.
Oh. Oh shit.
Oh, I'm safe. See you guys. Bye.
I forgot to do the Lich's lair action at the start of the combat. Oh, the start of the round. Anyway, that's all right. We have more pain incoming for the rest of you. Yama, one of the cutlass comes out and tries to strike at you. At 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Damn it.
You take
Okay.
11 psychic damage.
Yep.
And the first time you hit a creature with an attack before the start of the Lich's next turn, it deals half damage. And he'll take another 2
Okay.
damage from Karu.
With a 2, And you do his con saves, okay.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like a squeaky hammer sound coming from
Yeah.
Karu behind him.
I think then because of this, he keeps getting like every time he's like attacking and casting these spells, he's getting like this pain of like this little bit of necrotic damage. And he just turns to look at you, Karu, and is going to try and hit you with a spell.
Karu's like, it's not me, because it's all magical, so he's not actually doing it. He's like, what?
21 to hit for 27 damage.
Oh god, okay.
Acid
Some
damage.
magical damage? Yeah, okay, fine. We're really hoping it was just non-magical damage.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah, me
it's
too.
It's a net gain of 1 health still.
Yes, I was gonna say we're still up.
With that acid damage, you and the captain now cannot regain hit points until the start of the Lich's next turn.
Aw, but I just went under half. Okay.
God damn it! At least you'll go psycho on him and not me.
That is the
Alright.
end of the Ghostlord's turn. The hobgoblin is going to kind of emerge from this room and come up to attack you, Captain Iceweason. He's going to do his flurry of blows. 29, 17, and 9. Do those hit?
2 hits.
2 hit? Oh, 2, 4, 6. 11 damage as he comes at you with his martial arts skill. You can see the smoke billowing off his martial arts gear from the fireball that Killian rocked at them. Yeah. Causing major mischief.
Sure.
Karu.
Mm-hmm.
From behind you, you see the figure of the hobgoblin lady.
Yep.
Just seeing what languages you can speak. So yeah, you see this beautiful face as you turn around. I assume you're in your kind of full monstrous form at this stage.
Mhm.
She levels a finger up at you and kind of squeeze it, and this sort of bolt of lightning comes at you and tries to sort of bury itself into your mouth and throat. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. 25.
You're going to take 10 lightning damage. And it chokes you up that you cannot speak until the end of your next turn.
Cool. Kind of gets in the way of things. Is that okay?
Yama.
Oh. Alright, Yama, I can't see all why, but I guess I've just seen Karu get wracked with this lightning. He's like, no! But he's gonna swing out at the Ghostlord. I just need a really good hit. I've got my potion of sea giant strength on 15.
15 will not cut it, I'm afraid. Now,
come on.
are you adding the extra strength to your attack roll?
Yes, yeah, it's already baked into the sheet.
Okay.
24 to hit on the second hit.
24 will definitely hit on the second hit.
I think Diana might want to use her bolstering praise on this if you've got all the smites and
You
stuff.
really will want to use it on this
Yeah,
because
so-
I'm about to roll 5d8 plus 1d10.
Also,
Diana
bear in
as a
mind, you did get because of
Half
the
damage.
pain
Oh,
of.
half damage.
Yeah, it will be half damage because of the
Probably not worth it.
But I mean, maybe it's
All
now or
of
never, right?
mine-
I just reminding you.
No, that's fair.
I've got another 3rd level spell, but I will burn it on this. So I'm also gonna bonus action add my my sword ignites with fire along the sword, so I'm gonna cast my searing smite as well, so that is just 1d6 damage. Please roll that for me. Okay, well, let me roll my sword damage, and then I'll roll all my awesome dice after. So, and then I'm going to add my 5d8 and 1d6. So this is a 3rd level smite. So it is 9 plus 26, so 35, but half of that. That's like 17.
Yep. So you've rolled all the damage. Yep.
Yeah.
So 35
Yeah,
total.
So 17.
Yep.
Points of damage.
All right. Con save.
And yeah, and then I use my bonus action. Now the searing smite, I believe there is a saving throw. Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. 21.
He the disadvantage. Wait, no, that's strength. Never mind.
Yep.
Ignore me.
Okay, so he doesn't catch fire.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay, cool.
All right. Anything else from Yama?
Nope. That's it. Whew.
The hobgoblin war mage who was kind of in that room was causing trouble. She's gonna step out and what's she got? Nothing super exciting. So I think she's just going to firebolt our good friend here. She calls out to you, Yama. She says, the Crimson Blade will have his vengeance. And just going to shoot firebolt at you. But I assume a 10 does not hit.
Nope. And he yells back, "Love to see him try." There's like trading
Captain.
insults down this hallway.
Yeah. Captain.
Captain, in a state of irritation from being burnt, and not feeling particularly comfortable with the situation, he's gonna yell out, "Hey, idiots! Maybe it's time we get on out of here." Self-preservation.
Maybe.
Right. In a really magical situation, is also, just gonna do a quick swipe on his vial, and cast a spray of cards. Just, a bunch of cards fly out. That makes no sense.
That's cool. So it's going to hit these guys.
Yeah. splutters of cards just flying out the end of his bow.
It's so cool.
So they must make a dexterity saving throw and dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna be blinded.
So the war mage got a 9 and the monk got a 16.
War mage takes damage and is blinded. The war mage takes half.
So how much damage was it? Just full damage for the
20.
20. And blinded, that bloodies the war mage. The other one takes half of that, which is 10. Still enough to murderize the... So he's doing kung fu at you and doing all this kind of stuff. How does that look as the captain pulls out a deck of cards?
Yeah, so just as he's playing, nimbly attempting to dodge the kung fu, one of the cards, just start flying and slicing the guy's fingers off. And just slowly start cutting him to ribbons until he's, embedded with cards all through his body and his fingers and limbs are starting to fall apart.
He collapses at the base of the stairs. Cool. Karu.
Woohoo. So I can't talk at the moment, can I?
Correct. So no spells or anything that requires a verbal either.
Where? Okay. Well,
Wait.
shit. Diana is. Oh, no, wait. We haven't done the thing. Are we gonna do the thing, or are we running? Actually, no. It's fine.
Thing.
She is fine. Diana's gonna go first, if that's okay. And she's gonna shoot at War Mage Mate.
Yep.
Really glad I apparently have control of that token.
We all were.
Everyone
You all
does.
should.
Yeah. Here we all do.
I can see what's on the other side of the wall now.
Oh man, she
Yeah.
rolled a
Goes
nat
blind.
one. She rolled a nat one, so she'll do a second attack. Oh god.
She has advantage because the war mage is blinded.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nice.
with advantage, it was a 12 to hit.
12 is not enough.
Okay, so second attack. Oh, I meant to do advantage. Oh, 18, good.
18 will hit.
All right. Woo, damn it. The damage was better on the other one. 8 damage for that.
So Diana, seeing her opportunity, pulls the bow out. She's kind of looking for shots on the Ghostlord, but then sees the sort of cut up, blinded war mage and just turns and just lets loose a couple of arrows that pin her to that secret door that Killian got flung through.
Amazing.
Damn it,
She...
that door's even more stuck.
yeah, you just hear dum-dum-dum-dum of like bodies and shit.
What's going on in there?
Oh, now I can't see anything. What the fuck when I pick it? Oh, we go. I think she's gonna start going up the stairs, kind of following Fiera, but she's not gonna go far up. She wants to be able to still see Yama.
Yep.
But she's like trying to get to a safe spot.
Cool.
That's her. Can you take me back to Karu, please?
Oh, yep.
Thank you. Sorry.
Right, there we go. Did we go too far? I went too far. Right. Is that Karu now? Yes.
Yeah, it's Karu. So Karu. Okay. He's got half damage at the moment, and he can't cast spells, so he's a bit like.
Only spells that require a verbal component.
Yeah, nah. My blight from the blade is verbal. I think all my spells are verbal. Yeah, except for the ride lightning one. But he's Yama. Maybe you're like, Karu. What are we? And you just.
What are you doing?
You just see him charge down the hall.
Away from me?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I can't move him, I'm sorry. I don't think it is actually my turn. Oh. Yep. I will never do that again, Dan. I'm so sorry.
That's alright.
I still don't. Yeah,
There
okay,
we
there we go. Yeah. Alright. So I charged, so I get what is it? An extra attack, I think, an extra dice roll. I get an extra 1d8 bonus to the attack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swing 16.
16 hits, dead on.
Hell yeah! All right, so I still have my cold damage on my thing. I'm assuming she's not dead. Undead, so she takes 14 slashing damage. 3 cold damage, and then an additional 3 damage on that. Halved, because, so 10. I think that's literally 10 damage. And then he will go again with the blade. I wish I had that stupid tattoo activated, because it's 28. But that's okay. 16 slashing damage and 2 cold damage. So 18 total, halved to 9.
Why halved?
Isn't he got half damage at the moment?
Karu.
Yama, I think.
That was just Yama.
I thought Karu got it as well.
Oh, you got it, but it's
No,
on the
you
first
got the most.
attack. It's on the first attack you hit.
Okay. So just the first one was halved.
Yeah. And then what was the second one
No,
total?
didn't you get the no healing one?
Yeah, we both got
I thought I
no
also got
healing.
the...
Oh, no, yeah, you only got the no healing. All right, I'm going to put it back
I
at
thought I
full.
did
What
it.
was the total damage?
No, I thought Uai or whatever did that thing on me that gave me half damage.
No. It was,
No.
you just can't speak. It was just damage and you can't speak.
Okay, well, yeah. So then the first attack was 20 total damage, and the second attack was 18 total damage.
Okay. Very good. She doesn't like that.
Good. I'm glad. I'm actually going to, and because I'm mobile, I'm just gonna move away from her.
Okay.
Just gonna go back up to where I was.
Yep.
I want to make sure I'm 10 feet. Yeah, cool. That's enough of me. Thank you very much.
Sure thing. Before we get to Killosaurus Rex, the thing I forgot to do last round is have the lair action. Spiritual.
Same.
The Lich chooses 2 enemies that it can see within 90 feet. Each target must make a DC 20 con saving throw. So Yama and Karu, please. As you feel yourselves kind of being drained by the very room itself.
I failed.
You failed?
I
succeeded.
Sorry.
If you failed, you're going to take 20 necrotic damage as the very walls themselves drain a sliver of your soul. If you succeed, no damage.
Karu makes eye contact with you, Yama, and he looks like he's not blue skinned anymore. He's white, and he's like, I can't stay here anymore.
Yeah, and Yama's gonna be like,
Yep.
Now they want to listen.
Okay. We got Killosaurus Rex, we got Fiera, and then the Ghostlord.
Okay, so bonus action. I'm going to. This is the bonus action I should have done before, so I could have done it twice this time. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to drink a potion of greater healing.
All right.
Because I need hit points. Oh, that couldn't have gotten. Oh my god. Anyway, we'll take the 12. Then, can I open this door again?
No, do you want to try?
Yep, there we go. I'm going to step into the middle of the room. Oh, let me through the fucking door. God damn it. I'm gonna look at the Ghostlord. And I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna do.
Kill everyone with the fireball.
No. Don't be silly. I'm gonna turn into a
Lightning
giant
bolt.
shark. No,
Oh,
definitely
what?
not that.
Hey, if there's any water in the area, I can raise the level of it 20 feet. We're all
I'll
good.
turn into a sperm whale. That's gargantuan. I'll just crush everyone in this room. Okay, so I am definitely going to change into something. Does it have... Just need to double check this. Oh, God damn it. No. Oh. Phew. We're taking a gamble. Yeah, okay. I am going to 5th level. Yeah, we take a gamble on these. We gamble here, guys. We gamble. Dan, I need a DC 19 charisma save.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to banish this motherfucker.
Okay, so this is a spell.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Well, thanks to his supernatural resistance, he succeeds
Fuck!
with a 22.
Well. He's gonna walk back through that door. He's going back to the door. He's getting back out of the room. He's like, well, I tried. Sorry, guys.
All right.
And yeah, that's my turn. Fiera's still running to the ship.
Okay, Fiera's gone. The Ghostlord. What's he gonna do?
Side, we've
chat.
got some real moxie, and let us leave.
Yeah.
I appreciate that guy that walked in, did something, and then just fucking left.
Yeah.
Gonna spend 6 seconds monologuing, and then it's our turn.
He's gonna break off into heaps of tiny little Lich Lords that we can just step on.
He's going to turn around to look at you. Yama's kind of up in his grill, isn't he?
It's alright,
Alright.
there's a weak fish behind him. He can
Yeah, I'll flip a coin.
have a salmon dinner.
If he gets a 1, he targets Yama, because Yama's number 1. If he gets a 2, he's going after Karu.
I am number 1. Yeah,
Number
yeah,
one.
yeah. Me. Yama's going.
Yama, can you give me a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, please?
I'll do my best. Got it. 24.
Oof. The target is seared with pain. Half as much damage on a successful one. So 64 necrotic damage.
Excuse me. Could they I don't know in what order this happens, but I'd love to rebuke the violent. Which is they need to roll creature other than you. Shit. Okay. Yama is unconscious.
Okay. A target reduced to
what
0
was
hit
the
points
damage,
by this damage becomes stable but can't regain hit points, and their spirit turns into a wraith who appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of their body. So
Oh my god, can I pilot the wraith? Can I be the bad guy?
look, I wasn't going to make it even harder for the party. and just
Oh,
do a
yeah,
2-1
that's fair.
switcheroo of having a rare. I'm more thinking that, Yama, you are hit by this thing and you kind of grin and bear through it with your incredible constitution, but it's been a long day. You've been taking a lot of hits for Karu. It completely knocks you out, and you can see your body like go down to one knee, at like, barely conscious, and you are struck from it like an astral being, and you are now, your spirit is like sitting next to this thing, next to your own body, kind of thing, and you're seeing this. No one else can see you, but you are, maybe the crew can kind of, tell something's a bit amiss, because your eyes are just blank. You're in your body, and your spirit is there standing next to you, having an out-of-body experience right now.
I think he's taken so much psychic damage, like a lot of it's been like non-physical. I think it's just like the anime nosebleed down his face.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, shit!
That is his whole
yeah.
action to do that, though.
Well, Captain, I think we should leave.
You think?
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Interesting. Can she get through Karu?
I mean, I'll swipe it.
Yeah. You're looking pretty beat up, aren't you, Karu? But you're obviously
Yeah.
quite evil, fishy.
Bloody?
Mm-hmm. Big and scary.
Now, I have a question. You know how Dimension Door, someone can come with you if they are willing. If a creature is unconscious, are they willing?
No, Dimension Door is you can transport a creature, and if they are unwilling, they can roll a save.
Okay. So
I
if they're
think the
unconscious,
default
would they
is
fail that
willing.
save?
Yeah, you can force them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, don't tell Dan that. Wait a minute.
No, well, if they fail the save,
Dan's
it means
hobgoblin's
they
gonna
get
fucking
teleported.
dimension door
The
Yama out.
Oh,
I mean-
shit! Oh, no,
Yeah, you guys aren't thinking
well,
4D
after
chess.
Karu.
the rule I'm reading for my dimension door is you can also bring one willing creature. So I assume it means they have to say, like, you can't do an unconscious person.
No, but that works against me because I automatically fail the save.
There's no save, I think,
Not
from what
good.
I'm reading. I think it's
No,
just...
but you're not willing, is what I'm saying.
But would an unconscious body be considered as something?
Yeah,
an object?
that's what I'm trying to think. I guess he'd have to be dead for it to be a non-creature, right? That's all right. My cool idea, I can't just steal Yama because he's still alive. I will...
Yeah, you guys are like, yeah, no, Kate. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm like, yo, wait, hold up.
Okay. Well,
Dan's
here's...
playing 5D chess, not 4D.
Yeah, look,
I
most
definitely listen to too much Pathfinder where the rules are definitely different, so don't
Yeah.
ignore me, please.
most people just click Google as saying that, like, you're unconscious, you can't give consent. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
and it is willing creature. So I
Yeah. No, that makes
think
sense. That makes
you're
sense.
good.
Consent
I mean,
is
Another
it
spell... Okay, I'm
Works
going to go down a
against
different
me,
path.
too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Karu, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please, as Ulai begins to sort of play a flute of some kind, this kind of eerie, haunting music. Oh no, Karu.
I don't think I've
No.
succeeded any saves except maybe the dex, which I should because it's a +10.
Tyler in chat says to put Yama in the grave, and I think Karu is going to be joining him there shortly.
I think I am. Yeah.
Wait.
Nothing else. This is a spell coming in at you. There's nothing else to prevent this, Karu? Because I know, Katie, I know this is your favorite spell. As you turn to look at it, you realize that she is casting Hold Person.
Sorry, my cat is ruining my couch. Stop it! Hey! Go here.
Katie
Sorry.
fighting battles on all fronts.
She was like doing this and just staring at me like, yeah, what? What are you gonna do? I don't think I have anything, actually. I think I'm just... Yep. Held.
SOS.
We
I
just
assume
double
I'm
check.
just
The party has 3
held.
inspiration points, but you may want to save them.
I
For
don't
death
think
saves.
me using
Please just use it.
Do you want me to use one when I have a +1 to my save?
I mean,
I
you
I
might-
can.
You
I
might
will.
win.
All right, yeah, fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it.
Now's the time to use it.
This is where we get full pay to win. Oh!
Oh!
See? Gambling
What
is
am I
good
You
sometimes.
hear through the wall in the secret room from Killian, believe in yourself!
Idiot.
Believe in the heart of the cards, you idiot.
Yeah.
Ulai is annoyed at that.
And then
Karu's
you
like-
just hear Killian laughing.
Karu to Uwai is like, did you see that? Did you see that? And it's just blood everywhere.
Cool. Yama, what do you see as like the world starts to kind of fade out a little bit here? You're having an out of body experience. You can see you're alive down there, and it's like that anime. You know, you've taken one knee. I can't go on, but you're still like, you know, your body is still there. You're not bleeding out. You're definitely not dying. But as you start seeing the sort of ghosts of your past,
Yeah.
what does Yama start to see as he's getting closer to that spiritual world?
I think he's seeing all the people who aren't there, right? So, like, yes, he sees a whole bunch of people who have come before him that he really doesn't identify with because they're such a different people from who he is now. Like, he's really found this new path, this new way from all his forebears. So really, I think what he notices is all the people he knows who are still alive. His son, his brother, his sister-in-law who are here. Like, he's surrounded by hobgoblins, but not those key family members who he was so tight with. And he's really like as he's on this like one knee, you know, blood is like pouring down his nose from the psychic damage. He's thinking about all the people that he still has to save. You know, outside of his hobgoblin family, he's also thinking about his bound family, right? So he's got Karu literally right behind him, taking shots from both sides, like the Ghostlord, his sister-in-law, his new friend, the captain, like Diana's out there. He knows Killian's out there somewhere because he can still hear him like fucking flat mouthing, just like still talking shit from the other room. So I think that's more like, yes, he's surrounded by spirits and ancestors and this like long heritage, but he's thinking about everyone who he can't see.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Well, lucky for you, you don't need to make death saving throws because you are stable in this condition.
Do I have plot armor?
Captain,
That's me. When you were
You just
explaining
leave.
the thing that, yeah, he's about to.
Yeah.
When you were
Scary.
explaining it before, did you say that Yama couldn't be healed?
correct. So in this state, Yaba seems to be. You can probably tell this at a glance. There is some kind of like almost like necrotic shell that has been put around Yama, almost like a spare the dying, but of ill intent. It's almost like something that is preparing Yama to be turned into one of the Lich's thralls. So it can't heal, but it can't get any worse.
Well, Captain, before he's about to gallantly run up the stairs, he's gonna, take one last attempt at trying to get the Ghostlord to at least, lose his concentration. He's gonna spin the vial back into its spot, gong out, smack it in front of his head, and shoot Rothalim's psychic lance straight at the Ghostlord. Say DC 13 int saving throw.
DC 13 int saving throw. He gets a 15.
Alright, well, he takes 13 damage.
And makes
then
another
saving throw, yeah.
Yeah, he continues concentrating.
Captain, the party man he is bids adieu and starts running up the stairs.
You're getting the ship ready. That's a very noble, valiant
Yeah.
thing that needs to be done.
Yeah, he's got to be ready to go.
Killian sees this through the door. He's like, "Where are you going, you coward?" Completely forgetting that he just ran back through the door.
Does Karu, with all his like blood hunter yada yada, look at Yama and know that if he moves Yama away from the Lich, this whole like spirit sitting adjacent rather than inside Yama and like not being able to heal thing will kind of like fix itself?
Excellent question. How about a roll?
Knowledge roll.
Investigation?
Sure. Yeah. This seems like right up your alley in terms of your spoopy, blood huntery knowledge, but I think to determine the outcome, this is like, should I move this person or should I not move them after they've had an accident, right? Like that's kind of what you're trying to determine.
Like I'm like, if I move the body, does the spirit just stay here? Is kind of like, I mean, I don't really know what else I'm gonna do. Am I recalling information about Fae's fiends or undead?
Certainly undead.
I'm undead.
Okay, great, cool. I'm gonna roll with advantage. And 18.
18. With an 18, you know that there's a couple of ways to break this. You've probably seen something like this or read something like this. It was kind of trained into you. This is certainly like a Lich's version of Spare the Dying, or so that the body won't decay further, but and potentially can trap the spirit and the body separately and kind of raise them both. Typically, you've been told the ways to defeat this is to defeat the spellcaster who caused this to happen, or you can get them far enough away, but there is some risk of almost like pulling a rubber bit, like snapping a rubber band kind of thing. It can be somewhat dangerous. Probably not fatal, but like, what other choices do you have, I guess?
Yeah. All right.
But you think it will if you can get him far enough away, like outside the scope of this thing's power, you can break the tether.
Yeah. All right. Karu's gonna take a risk. So Karu's gonna yell at the completely covered in blood, swaying on his feet. He's gonna yell at the Ghostlord to get him to turn around. He's going to run right up to him. Oh, I collided with a wall. No, hang on 1 sec. Boom.
Runs into the wall first.
Boom.
You've lost a lot of blood. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's more of a ping pong arcade ball, ding 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 up to the thing. But as he charges to the Lich, almost making out like he's going to strike, he swaps the sword from his left hand, which is his dominant hand, to his right hand, and he reaches out and grabs Yama. And I want to cast Dimension Door with the cape, and I want to get us to the deck. I feel like that's about 500 feet.
Sure.
Deck of the ship, if I can.
Do you say anything to the Ghostlord as you do this, or is it just like grim determination? gritted teeth,
I
kind of.
think. No, I think he like.
idiot.
No,
Sucks to suck, nerd.
And once again, the bard nails it.
No, I was gonna say something serious. For once. I think it's like I grab Yama and I'm like, you can't have this one, and then just vanish.
I think as the spell comes up, it's starting to happen. You hear the hobgoblin lady. What level is Dimension Door? Oh, it's 4th level.
Woo. Yes, sorry.
Okay. She yells out at the Ghostlord. She recognizes what this is, and she yells out at the Ghostlord. You're letting them get away. And he's kind of just looking down at you both. I mean, like in game terms, he would not have anything he can do here anyway. But he's not even doing the kind of like reaching out to try and stop you or grab you. Like he's just kind of standing there watching you balefully, like sort of almost like down his nose at you as he stands there towering over you both. And you see a small little grin. You can kind of see in that sort of skull head of his. He's got a gold tooth that kind of glints slightly as you teleport away and you appear back on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like just as Fiera's like leaping onto the deck of the ship.
Yeah, maybe she just boom straight into Karu. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Diana will use her movement and her action to run. Yeah, she sees that happen and she goes, "Yep, cool, time to go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killosaurus Rex.
Do I? Oh well, it's Dimension Door, so I hear a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would know what that pop means. So, you said this door here, I would know takes me back into that chamber that we started in, yeah?
Based on, as long as it's, real
Direction.
Euclidean geometry and it's not some sort of portal into the Feywild.
Yep, movement and action.
Sure.
Run to the door.
It's a portal into hell.
Yeah.
Nice.
As I run through this room, these like mushroom things, are they just like little things that are just sitting around on the map? They're not. Anything
You actually see, I mean, there are mushrooms kind of in this wall, and they kind of glow nicely. You actually see ghostly figures start to emerge from the wall itself, and they look like this.
Oh, sea lions.
You should have turned into a sperm whale.
Mm-hmm.
But they more kind of look out curiously as you're running through and are kind of watching you like a cat waiting to see if you are a treat or not.
Can I give one a little scritch under the chin as I run past really quickly?
Sure.
Scritchy, scritch. Just keep going.
Animal handling.
Oh, great. Could I argue Arcana since they're ghostly and magical?
You can certainly argue that, but I would like to see animal handling because I think that'll be funnier.
All right. Yeah, that's a 5. Oh, 7.
Yeah.
7. Yes.
7.
Better than nothing.
You're lucky that as it tries to bat at you like a toy, as you go, you stop for just a moment to go pss, 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 to try and like scritch at it, and it kind of looks at you, and then you realize that this thing is large and tries to bat at you, but you duck under its ghostly paw and make for the exit.
And I like door open, and I would like to just like, yeah, look, at the doorway. How high up are we? Oh wait, I can fly. I'm just gonna jump.
So the map's not accurate beyond that door. You open this door, and it's a bookshelf in that room, or like a cupboard in that room, beneath the jaw of the big sea leviathan. So you're in that kind of area that you were in before, where Karu almost got eaten.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still running.
Mhm.
I'm gonna he's gonna because I'm guessing he opens the door, it takes half a step back, pulls his wing around him, and he's gonna just jump through the bookshelf.
Yeah. Cool.
And then just make my way. I've got I think another.
Yeah,
outside,
you're all
25 feet.
effectively out of this room, so I will end the combat here.
Yeah, another 25 feet of movement. So I'll use that to get as far to the ship as possible.
Yep.
And
whilst you're all
Yeah.
getting you all kind of make your way back to the ship. Captain, you and Diana kind of have to leap out of the of that Leviathan jaw kind of room. Karu, you appear with a crack of thunder, I imagine, magical pop onto the ship itself as kind of Fiera's there. She's yelling at the rest of the crew to get things moving and let's get out of here.
I ask her to try and
Yeah, she kneels down and starts to do her healing magic, and it's not healing him. In fact, Yama, you're still here in the room. You can see that your friends have run off, and you're still here in this room looking at the Ghostlord. He turns to look at Ulwai. She doesn't seem to notice you as she walks up to him and is just like, we had a deal, we tell you what to do and you fucking do it, all right? And you're letting them all get away. The Ghostlord sort of looks down at her and says, Yar, I have a deal with ye, Wormlord. I do not take orders from little whelps. I will make you that army, but everything beyond that is mere suggestion. You will watch your tongue, lest I find new use for it. And she kind of seems to think about coming back with some kind of retort. And then sort of and kind of storms off. To this moment, Yama, your spirit is still standing here. You're kind of witnessing this. Everyone else, this, this is the time it takes to prep a ship to get out. It's not instant, but it takes this kind of happens in a few moments.
I do have one thing that I would like to ask once
I
get back to the ship.
Sure.
So when I get back to the ship, I'd like to think that I see Fiera try to heal Yama. It's not working.
Yeah.
Now, Killian, knowing magic and all that sort of shit, and also having just about the only healing magic that there is that is necrotic.
Sure.
Could I override this with a necrotic heal? Because it's not a heal, it is giving my life force.
I love that.
Yama instead.
I love that. And if you want to go down that path, I love this. And I will, I'll give my monologue of kind of what happens, and then we'll have that happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, Yama, you see, the clang of steel has faded, the whisper of spells, the scream of people being, inflamed and dying from fireballs fades. And as Ulwai kind of goes away, she almost fades into darkness, in that you can't see this room very clearly. It's almost like, you're in that kind of ethereal space. And the Ghostlord's spectral visage, his hollow eyes burning with green fire, turn to you. Clearly he can still see you here. The necrotic chill that you had from his abilities is gone. It's almost like a numbness. There's no sense of self, no breath, no heartbeat, just kind of nothingness as you look up into his eyes. And he says, I still have use for ye. And he raises a hand. And powerless in this kind of ghostly form, You can kind of cling to it if you'd like and try and like force his hand off, but you don't. It's almost like you thought you were the immovable object, the immovable mountain, but this is almost like a vice grip of ice, even, grabbing hold of you. And he kind of pulls you close, your ghostly form seemingly weighing nothing in his hand. My phylactery stolen, taken by your former crew. Your enemy and mine, the Red Hand. His skeletal jaw cracks into something resembling a bit of a smile. You will retrieve it for me. You will return it to me. Or your friends, your precious crew, will be fed to the depths. You sail under my command now. And he seems to cast a spell on you. And then you feel yourself being pulled out of there, flung, and you come alive as Killian is standing over you, looking significantly drained as he pumps your body with healing.
Yeah, I need to roll for this. So, I committed to doing this before the monologue. So I'm committed to doing it. But if this takes me below 0 hit points, I am dead.
Oh.
No life saves, no death saves, nothing.
Let the monologue happen.
Oh, well, I thought it'd be cool.
So how much health do you have? Oh, I was going to say before you roll it.
I'm good. I had 30. I'm at 23. Cool. So you get 46 points of healing.
Nice.
You wake up on the deck of the ship with a ringing in your mind of retrieve the phylactery, return it intact, do not seek to damage it, do not betray me, tell no one.
Yama wakes. He turns his head and he spits blood on the floor. And he just looks up. He's like, oh my god. Oh, thank you. Let's get out of here. You guys really should have listened to me when I said that earlier.
Killian's like, it was your idea to go in there, and then just collapses to the ground. Like, he's exhausted. He's on 7 hit points. I think I barely any. No, quite a few, but low-level spell slots left. But he's just exhausted. And he's also stretched himself very thin because he transformed a bunch of times.
That's right. Still trying to figure out what his current form is.
Yeah.
Karu, you're standing there pretty beaten up on the deck of the ship as well.
I think I'm lying down next to Yama.
Yeah.
I had 5 hit points, so I think I'm starfished next to Yama.
We're all just laying there. Yeah, cuddle puddle, that sounds soothing. While the
Captain's still
crew
running
all
back
work
to the
around
ship,
us.
you idiots, wait for me.
His instruments clanging.
Forgot about him.
Yeah, I guess Diana and Captain Isley are kind of the last. You're kind of hopping on the ship as it's departing the dock. There's that moment where potentially Diana, even has to transform into her centaur form to kind of get enough speed to leap out and get onto the ship proper. And La Floridita and her crew sail into the fog and into the gloom, away from the Ghostlord's lair.
Captain definitely would have cast redirect flow control water to give that ship a surge 30 meters forward as they were running away.
Very good.
Love it. That sounds like that wave that we pushed against Karu one time.
Dice roll.
Uh-huh. Karu will never forget that.
Oh, that was a scroll of control water. Same.
Yeah, I'm really hoping there's a water battle towards the end so I can just start throwing waves around.
That's why
Just
I
don't-
have giant shark and sperm whale. I just
This is,
transform and go attack the bottom of ships. I could also, if we're trying to get out quickly, once Killian sort of figures out his footing and being humanoid again, and also not being almost dead, he could just jump off the ship, turn into a sperm whale, and drag us a bit faster.
Sure. Well,
Or
I think
push.
with the combination of those two things, controlling water, almost like giving, letting the ship kind of ride the wave and killing and dragging it. I'm willing to say that you kind of like double speed for some time with this to kind of get out of dodge. Let me roll some tables here. Okay, yeah. So smooth sailing. Is the plan just to get out of here? Or is it to kind of get back to Drellin's Ferry? Is it what's the overall gist of where you would like to go next?
I think Drellin's Ferry is just generally back in the direction of everything. Maybe let's
Yeah.
head there.
Yeah, definitely get out of the ghost fog
Mhm.
area.
Yes, we at least know the most direct route.
I also
Maybe
like
we
to
can
think
come
that
up
if-
on. Sorry.
Ah, no,
As
no,
a
no.
captain,
Let
just-
you finish.
Gonna say Captain just spends the whole trip back grumbling about how he said to leave the dead people alone.
Like he knew
Killian's a
better.
giant whale, just like every time a sloop comes by that looks like it's covered in hobgoblins and they're poised to attack, he just does like a sperm whale jump and just lands on them. And comes back to the ship and drags along.
Well, we're going to like mechanically, I guess, need a long rest, which Dan has explained needs to happen like off ship, on shore.
Mhm.
But if we look at our calendar, I think we're pretty far behind now.
Mm.
That really
Could
set
it
us back.
happen
Ye-
on ship but in port?
Yeah. I mean that yeah, but in like a safe port, right? And you can always take
Yeah,
you can still take short rests, obviously, which may help
Mm-hmm.
you kind of limp along to a certain degree. It
The
doesn't need to be it doesn't have to be the safest port, like it doesn't have to be a town,
Mhm.
but you'll have to park the ship up for a period of time to get a long rest.
Ooh. What's
Captain
this thing?
and Karu would get full rests out of short rests, right? Trance.
I don't think I do. I don't have that trance ability.
Sure, even it's still even a trance for you is still like 4 hours plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not necessarily,
hours?
but yeah, I mean you would
Gets the
certainly be
same.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
because
it's halved, so it's 2 hours of full resting instead of 4 hours of full resting with trance.
yeah, I mean so the reasoning behind this is because obviously this was not this was a land campaign before,
Yeah.
and so if you can travel while being asleep, like on a ship, it kind of breaks the game. It breaks the timeline to just give you that kind of that kind of idea. But in the sense that elves are always like, they can kind of pull double duty on watch and stuff like that because they don't have to be asleep. But I'm just kind of ruling that the ship has to be stationary while people are long resting.
Well, according to the calendar, tomorrow they'll be at Skull Gorge, and then from there they've still got to make their way down. We didn't have a definite date on our calendar for when they were going to be hitting Drellin's Ferry, but also hopefully those sea mines that we put down are going to help delay that a bit.
We can map that out. So the new Skull Gorge date, and maybe this is like Yama saying the new Skull Gorge date, was that the date they were on this? They were able to pass around?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Which means then that it's about like 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't zoom in enough.
Or at least like the first ships will have made their way around, right? Like there'll be ships
Yeah.
behind it that are still, yeah.
And each hex is 8 hours.
So for I'm basing their attack time on their plans, like that you stole.
Yeah.
And then delaying them based on what you've done. So I'm not necessarily like you guys have to use hexes to get around. They don't necessarily use hex timings, if that makes sense.
Okay, understand.
Yep. Like
Also,
theirs
we'll
is more
delay them
milestone
3
because that's I'm not gonna
3 days.
I'm not gonna plan. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the map. I'm sorry. The one that's in the journal
Isn't
is
it in
the
the journal?
land one. I can see the land one. I can't see the.
Well, the land one is the dates are correct on the land one, and all the islands are laid out where the cities are.
Okay.
So that's this one.
Yeah.
Yes. So we know they
they'll-
attack Drellin's Ferry
5 days after they go through. No.
the Skull Gorge.
Yeah. So they'll get to Drellin's Ferry on the 15th or 16th. 16th.
16th, Drellin's Ferry. No permission.
Sorry, do you need permission for something?
For the calendar to add in.
Oh, I
No.
think I can do that. Oh, I used to be able to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, because I added that last one in. I swear I had.
Oh no, hang on.
permission.
Add new note. Oh yeah, nope. I don't have permission anymore.
Sorry, let me. So players should be able to add notes.
Yeah, we get the thing, but then we get told lacks permission to create journal entry.
Yeah.
We have like thing. So, but we would, yeah, they're gonna attack Drellin's Ferry on the 16th.
On the 16th.
At the earliest, if those sea mines don't do anything.
Well, I think. Can we get back to Drellin's Ferry by the 16th? I think we don't need to be there, but it would be nice to come up maybe Drellin's Ferry on the right-hand side of the island to see the damage, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And then move... Oh, I got kicked.
Me too.
Oh, sorry, I just updated. I was updating permissions to try and let you guys do things, but
Unbelievable.
I'm so sorry.
Too many moving pieces. We had the Starforge we thought possibly in our sights. That was just Katie and I trying to meta game.
Mhm.
And we picked an island that looked like a crater, which I think maybe Yama and Karu have like decided in their minds that that's a likely spot for the Starforge.
Yep.
Which it sounds like if the hobgoblins are delayed by the mines, we may get there before them, but I think that would be really tight.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Drellin's Ferry, like, we've evacuated everybody. Or
Yes.
everyone's going to be
Yeah.
evacuated by now. So when they get there, there's nothing to do. Like, you know,
Yeah.
no one's in danger. So we don't really have to go back there. And then the next place they're going to go
Exactly.
after that is, like, 7 days
Yeah.
after, I think.
Yeah,
is
that
when
was Trellin or something like that.
Yeah, and we did tell people to like continue to pass on the notice to
I think
evacuate.
the bulk of the people were moving like far northeast, but yes, some people were passing the message along.
Yeah. So there is potential that we could go to the Starforge, or at least that island that we think is the Starforge.
Yep.
Knowing that we have gotten that word out to like
Yeah, that people are
evacuate.
safe.
And then aim to get to what's the like my thing's still loading. Do we know what the final point that they're aiming for is?
Yes, there's a town with a wall around it, Brellin or
Brindle?
or something. Brindle, yes. So that was where we were like, that was like a final fortification. Like that town had a big wall, there was a bridge, some stuff, yeah.
We aim for there. Like, do we try Starforge and then just try and go straight there?
Yeah, I guess we kind of need to be looking out for more places along the way that, like, we can use to slow them down.
Potentially
That sounds more of an advantage.
get some aid.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the Fae weren't able to come through as long as the Lich was around. We know that the Red Hand have the Lich's phylactery. You had the Sea Elves hunting you from the north, possibly coming here.
Yeah.
And we had the Sea Giants in the water. I believe that's all we've got so far.
And what's it, Starforge?
Starforge, I think we were thinking would be like personal upgrades.
Ah.
Yeah.
Maybe not so
Item
useful.
upgrades and stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I think that one's a big risk.
Mm-hmm.
Because, especially because we don't know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Yama like turns to like as we're like poring over the maps and we're all hanging out on the deck and stuff as we're heading back towards the right side of that island. Captain, do you are you from this area? Like where do you come from? Like please, like I want to know your story. Maybe there'd be something that could help us.
No, technically Captain wouldn't know anything about the area.
Yeah, okay. Well, useless. Throw him back.
Put him back in the brig.
Put him back in the brig.
One thing we didn't do was Captain's downtime. Aaron, I know you haven't done downtime in our campaign before. While you're passing through here, there is a passing... You see a passing ghost ship, but it's kind of in the distance. I think, Yama, you maybe get a little bit of a headache as you see it. Almost like a low throbbing in the back of your skull. But it passes by you all uneventfully. Doesn't seem to be giving chase. Sorry, to continue, Aaron, these guys did a bunch of downtime activities while they were in Drellin's Ferry. You would have had some opportunity to do that too. Usually it is a way to advance some kind of action that your character is kind of doing longer term. As an example, Karu has been like training some of the other crew members. Killian and Yama have been investigating the Starforge and trying to figure out where that is. And each item, so the first time you try and do something, it is a DC 5. Try to do something else, it's a DC 10, and then DC 15, and so on. So like the more kind of things you try and cram in, the harder and harder they get, right? I've kind of thrown this at you very last minute, so if you don't have anything immediately, that's fine. But is there anything that the captain is kind of typically doing when he's not out adventuring that you would want him to like spend some time on to advance?
Good question.
I can take it on notice. We can come back with it next week. Yeah. Cool. That's all right. Time passes. I have sped up the time thanks to the Killian turning into his kind of whale form, alternating that with Captain Iceleeson controlling water and speeding things along. And we're getting close to 9 o'clock. So what I will probably say is that we'll need to, you've kind of had this conversation about where you want to go next. We can kind of finalize that conversation and determine a path forward of where to. Did you want to go looking for I've just taken you back to Drellin's Ferry, but is it a go find the Starforge? on a hunch? Is it a go find the sea elves? Is it go find other allies in some of the other towns? Or set up more things to delay the enemy fleet? Or something else I haven't thought of.
I mean, the sea elves were kind of like back up towards Skullgorge from memory, like the ones that we were friends with.
That one is definitely out of our time crunch.
It's to the northeast. Not necessarily like the Red Hand will be coming down south, if that makes sense. Whereas you could go northeast to go find them. They're going to be coming for Drellin's Ferry. So think of it as that's kind of the line.
I think maybe we should force the captain to research the Starforge. I think we only needed one more assistance there, and then make our plan. I think if Dan's saying that we could get to the Sea Elves, I think that might be worth it, because we need more allies.
Yeah.
And if they know the waters, they might be able to give us a bit more of an idea of what might help delay them.
Yeah, they might give us some, or they might give us like a quicker current or something.
Yeah, shortcut.
Yeah.
I think northeast to that, like, little island with the hole in it, thinking that it might be the Starforge, but then if it's not, we'll continue on north to the Sea Elves.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I remembered that Karu had the whole like goes crazy while he's under a certain bit of HP, but he also just restores that HP until he gets to half. So Karu actually once everyone recovered, just like rolled himself like on the ground on the deck, just like rolled himself all the way down to the other end of the ship and just like held onto the bars and stared out into the window until like a good like maybe like 5 minutes passed, and he's like, and then he just goes, okay.
Yeah.
What a good boy.
And I think Aveline and Diana kind of stand watch over you a little bit, but kind of like stand away from you so that you're not tempted to kind of lash out. But they're doing that thing of like, oh no, he's fine. And just like if anyone comes close, they're just like, no, he's just overwhelmed. Like too much excitement. Like you can talk to him later. That kind of thing. Like being the friend outside the bathroom, saying, "Oh yeah, he's in the bathroom. He's fine. Like don't even worry about it. He'll be right out."
Yeah, and he's just like got his eyes squeezed shut. He's like, "Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look."
Yeah.
Like liquor everywhere.
Yeah. By the way, I've added a note to the calendar. Drellin's Ferry.
That works now. Yeah.
Yes, that works now. So we can add notes now.
Cool. You should be able to add like quests and stuff like that in your own journals and the party journal and stuff too. Yeah, I can see. Actually, I can't see your note in the calendar, but.
Oh, I can see.
I can see it if I click on it, but it doesn't come up as a yellow dot.
Huh. What day did you put it on?
Put it on the 16th.
Oh no, I can't see it either now. It came up and then it was gone.
No, it's it.
Rude.
Rude, yeah.
That's all right. We'll figure that out.
It's definitely there. I can see it.
Liar.
Oh shit!
Just calling you out there. Oh, there, I can see it. Oh, I put my own note in there. Nice.
Oh my god.
Because I can see Kate's one. Oh, I can see Katie's new Skullgorge thing.
Yeah, that's my old one.
That one was the old one, yeah. Let me.
Okay, maybe if I.
Anyway, we'll end it on that part there. I'm gonna turn off the recording at the very least, then we can sort this out whilst I'm not doing this. Unless you have any other questions or any other little character moments you wanted to have before we wrap it up for the week.
No,
all good.
Super duper. All right, thanks.